Hello. Greetings and happy day. Today is Monday. It is September 8th. 2025. My name is SonjaMarie with Wordlife Astrology, here to give you some transit information of what's happening astrologically here on our planet, the planet Earth. That is, I am welcoming all the people that are rolling in quick, fast, and in a hurry. Thank you for being here already. To all the beautiful people that are coming in, I appreciate you. Thank you. How was your weekend? We about to get into it. Y'all ready? Hold on. IG is having a problem. Y'all with me, IG? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Let me know this thing has recalibrated. What's up, Monica? Hope you can hear me. Hello to everybody. Hi, D Stokes. What's happening? I'm so glad that y'all are here. Um, just getting prepared. Okay. Y'all know I have some backstory to that goofy ass laugh, right? I'm gonna wait for more people to come in so I don't repeat myself. But I got the goofy laugh going on. Anybody else laughing with me? And you want to know why? What's going on? Has the last couple of days been throwing you, been connecting with you, been putting you in alignment? Again, thank you for the hearts, everybody. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to stand up and do a jig. D said yesterday her skull drugged me. Yesterday's skull drugged me, but I'm here. I'm on my path. Your brain, your brain was being dragged on the ground, D. Lord, I'm glad you can hear me, Monica. Thank you for that. Lord. Again, I'm just waiting, just being goofy, waiting because I got a mouth full. I got a heart full. I got a body full of things that we should talk about, and I'm doing my best to situate it in a workshop situation because that's what we come here to do every Monday. Am I right? Live at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Yo, tell a friend or two that are in alignment with us, in alignment with what's happening. I'd appreciate that thing. Hey, I got the air condition on and I'm waving my fan. So, it's been a time. It's been a time. It's been a time. Hi, Miss Brenda. How you doing? I pray that you are well. Let me say hello to Jennifer Bliss, and Nicia is here. I love that name. So happy that y'all in the space. Again, waiting for more people. Three-Eye Bree, coming on three. Oh, because you have three eyes in that. I get it, but the eye is for the eyes and the eye. I get it now. Oh my God, how many times have I seen that? And I'm like, what is that? Am I right? Happy Monday to you. Oh, wow. Mm, mm. Again, as I prepare to speak to y'all about what's happening, not just this week, because this week will feel like light work on some level compared to what we have been dealing with for the last 2 weeks, but there's a specific aim this week. So I want y'all forgiveness right now. Like right now, please forgive me for reiterating a whole bunch of stuff that's happening almost every day, at least 4 out of the 7 days. There's a specific aim that I'm going to do my best to hone in. As I was taking notes last night and as I was tapping in, God said, yep. Just keep saying that. So I'm going to do my job. All right, y'all. Come on in, grab a seat, some glasses of waters. Do whatever you need to do to get yourself comfortable, all right? And if you're driving, please be careful. Let me tell you, this week, again, it's a setup. We all are being set up in the best way possible. I absolutely know that in my bones. But we have to pay specific attention, okay? Before I get all into that, though, as the people continue to run in and get their notifications, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All the beautiful people that came through to the Art of Alignment workshop last week. I can't even go on without saying thank you to y'all. 23 people or 22 people strong. Yes, some people were off camera, some people were on camera, and I get it. It was late on the other side, on the east side of town, so I get the understandings of that. But I'm glad y'all showed up. Y'all showed up and showed out, asked some really, really good questions, were very, very attentive. And my prayer is only that you took the information that was shared with you, just the tip of the iceberg information that I shared with you. I'm so glad it was so good for you, wasted years. That you took the information that I shared and you expounded on that in your own way, that you are helping yourself to prepare. Because, like I always say, and it's worth repeating, I love teaching. And I'm that type of person that does not necessarily need to be put on a pedestal with 12,000 million followers or whatever, and all these cute little memes going on. I just like to drop a word, and I like to teach a word in a way in which you can spread it, in the way in which you do it individually to the people that you love, to the folks that you run into. Y'all get where I'm going? You know what I mean? That's my aim. And I want to expound on that in a little bit. But thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it. And you made it so successful. I have made up my mind, regardless if it's 22 people or 10 people or 5 people or 55 people, we are going to do 4 workshops like that a year on Zoom. You know why? Because I believe it's necessary to continue to connect as a community. Yes, I have my own community called the Wordlife Astrology Village. We meet twice a month and it's really, really bomb. We have so many plans in store. I can't wait to see them. But, sometimes people can't commit in that way. So I thought maybe there's another tier of connecting with the community in a way in which Spirit wants me to. So these workshops are definitely going to run at least from now and throughout 2026 and see how it goes for all of us. Okay, so stay tuned. Again, thank you. Thank you. Spirit thanks you. Okay. Secondly, I want y'all, whoever is in Los Angeles, to grab that free ticket for my solo show that's happening on October 28th at 7:30 p.m. in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica Playhouse Theater. I am putting up again for the second time, and this is the first one-woman show that I've received. That I received, but also that I put up, right? And I was chosen out of hundreds of entries to be in the Binge Fringe Festival. You can grab your free ticket right now. The information is in my link here on IG and also in the description box below. Again, it's free. It's free. How many times do I have to say it's free? For free bricks, all you got to do is roll out your bed or on your way home from work, stop over and watch us for about an 45-minute show, and then we have a 15-minute question and answer situation afterwards, and then you can be home. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't because you're on, thank you, Monica. If you can't because you're on the East Coast or somewhere else throughout the world, there's also a live stream available. On that same, in that same link, you'll see an option to watch it live as well. But here's the thing: don't be greedy. Don't get a free ticket and then end up staying home and get a live stream. See it on live stream, okay? Because that means you took the opportunity from somebody else, and that means I'm looking at an empty seat. You dig what I'm saying? So do your best to roll on in if you can, or see it live stream. It's gonna be dope. Free Bricks is about a young woman who's 18 years old, who is going through, a life challenge of her own. Simultaneously, all the Black women on the planet are disappearing. The ancestors are coming and taking them right in the middle of their challenge, right in the middle of their growth. And in Brix's case, she's having a hard time with this man that she's with, this older man that she's with. And her grandmother comes and takes her and is like, yo, everybody says it's time to go. We're starting civilization somewhere else. Forget this planet and its weird ass conditioning around treating Black women unfairly. Yep. It's kind of light, but it's heavy. I'm that type of writer, which I did write it and performing it, in which I like to like go deep, but at the same time be funny as hell. Sort of like when we do this weekly rundown here. So go ahead, get your ticket now, secure it now for October 28th. That's a Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. at the Santa Monica Playhouse Theater. I hope to see you, and I really hope to squeeze you because I do love to hug. So come on through, okay? I'd appreciate that. And then thirdly, I wanted to talk about this 999 portal that's happening. Now, Squirrel, let me let you know about your girl real quick. I'm not the type of person, and I think if anybody knows about astrology, you'll get this. If you don't, just let this go over your head, and I'll give you my point in a minute. But my sun sign is Cancer. My sun is situated in my 11th house. The 11th house, this is me being a teacher because I can't help it. My 11th house is Aquarius's house. Everybody's 11th house is Aquarius's house. So if your sun is in the Aquarius's house, regardless of what sign you are, you got a little tinge of Aquarius on you, right? I have a point to this. You have a little tinge of Aquarius. So me being sun sign Cancer with a little tinge of Aquarius, I like being unique. I don't like talking about what everybody is talking about, especially when social media is flooding it with the same message over and over again and everybody's vying for attention. I'm the cat that goes the other way. That's Aquarius all day. Y'all know any Aquarius in your life? When everybody says yes, they say no just cause. Yeah, that's Aquarius. So for me, I'm not really harping on what this 999 is about. But for some reason, Spirit kind of nudged me this morning and was like, I want you to talk about that in the way that I'm a download to you. So I'm waiting for it, to be quite honest with you, because I just go off the cuff. Hello, Robin. So yeah, this 999 is not only auspicious, and I believe is going to, what I'm hearing is it's going to piggyback on what it is that we're going to talk about this for this week. But 999 being September the ninth month and 9 the ninth day and 2025, that's where we at. Is that a 9 year? But how about 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 27, and that's a 9, 2 plus 7. That's when it hit me. And I was like, not only is it a 999 portal, Spirit, 2 plus 9, I'm sorry, 2 plus 7 is a 9. Goodness gracious. And 2025 is a 9 year. We've been vibrating on a 9 year all year long. So it hit me like this. Have we not been prepared to leave the things? It's not just about tomorrow, September 9th, 2025, but it's also about what we have been nudged to complete, to finish, to eradicate in our lives up until this moment. It's going to sound redundant because that's what eclipses do. Eclipses end shit, right? Eclipses shake things up. Eclipses also begin things, begin the new, like this new moon eclipse that's about to come up in Virgo, right? But the bottom line is that we've been urged to do the thing all year round. That's why all that information, that download information may not come off through me as a 999 situation, but we've been talking about the 999. We've been talking about that portal that's opened up. We've been talking about all our ancestors waking us up in the middle of the night. We've been talking about all the angels, the earthly angels that pass us by in the supermarket or in the mall or when we're at work, or the parking attendant that gives us a wink, that gives us a nod, that says, hey, you're doing good, baby. Keep on rolling. Has anybody had those occurrences? Talk to me, please, or talk to each other. Please, have you had any strangers that have come up to you? And regardless of the numbers, I'm sure a lot of us get numbers because our ancestors like to give us numbers, right? 555-222-111. I know you've been seeing the numbers, but have you been nudged by strangers? Have you been prompted by songs that come up in the middle of, I don't know, you taking a dump in a public bathroom and you're like, that's my grandmother's song. Like, what the hell? Hey, is she here? Like, have you been notified of the things that you need to complete, to end, to eradicate, to change? Like, for real, Robin says she got to share this. Last night at 9 p.m., all of a sudden she felt light and joyful, like a weight. I didn't know what I was carrying, and suddenly it lifted. Come on, Robin. It lifted. That's, come on, Robin. Okay, I appreciate that. I'm talking. They're like, see, this is why we want you to talk, because everybody else has something to talk about. And then we take you on another road. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that. And that's part of the completions too. The completions also look like you just waking up. The completions also look like you come getting out of bed going, you know what? I love to say this, but fuck that. I'm done. It's done. I'm over with it. I can't hold it anymore. They're not my burdens any longer. I can't move in the way in which I used to move. Like, it's really done. Like, the fabric is not even the threads are not even holding the fabric any longer. These are my downloads and transmissions that are happening in this moment about the 999. The 9 plus 9 plus 9 that equals 27, that equals to a 9. The 2025 year that we're in, which is that 9. Are you shining in it? Are you accepting it? That's the real question. Okay. Again, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not writing, putting up no means. I can't do all of that, y'all. The Aquarius part of me, like I just suggested, just says, we don't need to put time in all that. Let them do that thing. And when it's time for you to talk. When it's time for you to put out an EP, in which I'm about to do, y'all, about to go in the studio tomorrow, and it's on and popping. I'll talk about it. I talk about it in the ways that I talk about it, and I want you to do the same. Please do yourself a favor in this age of Aquarius, whether your sun is in the 11th house or not. Be Aquarius-like. Be different. Be bold. Be individual. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do what everybody else is doing. You don't have to follow suit just because they said you'll make more money, you'll make more friends, you'll have more admirers. Please, y'all. Please stand all the way the fuck out. And how about this, as I'm being prompted to say this, we haven't even gotten to the week, y'all, but you know how I roll. I'm just letting some people come on in, and they're probably in here already, but I have more to say. In this moment in time, as I was praying for y'all and I was dancing around with my Palo Santo, Spirit was like, you know what type of people you attract? You attract people like you. And I said, I know, Spirit. What you telling me that for? I sometimes get a little sarcastic with God. God's like, listen, I said just pay attention. The folks that are on here right now, we all walk our own path. Know that. The folks that are on here that will come even later in the recording, even those that are not here and will not come in their recording, but have been here before, are individuals who do not like to follow suit. Thank you for the hearts over here on IG. I appreciate you. We don't like to follow suit. Can you attest to that, or are you the follower? And in the recent years, we have been empowered in some really interesting way. It's been like crawling. It's been like we're coming out of the desert. The weirdos, the individuals, the artists that made no sense to people in the last 20 years, all of a sudden people want to hear you. People want to see your product. All of a sudden they got their ears perked up. All of a sudden you make sense to them. Are y'all with me? All of a sudden your new entrepreneurial ideas are the new thing, the hot shit. We can make $25 million off of you. And all of a sudden the spotlight is on you. Now listen, and listen very well. I caution you about that. At the same time, I am celebrating, Spirit is dropping, y'all, as you can tell. At the same time as I am celebrating us as the individuals as we are, as the innovative souls that have come onto the planet. That's why I only have a couple of thousand people on here. You know why? Because I'm not freaking normal. I'm not. So I attract you, the ones that are not normal. And Spirit is like, the only way that we can move through this thing is to be individuals. Do you recognize how many people are paying attention to you right now? But here's the caution. Even though we are individuals, and even though you and we can celebrate ourselves in this, I want you to be very, very careful, because ego got a lasso around him. Ego will lasso your ass up. Do y'all know where I'm about to go with this poetry? Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Ego can lasso you up as you sit back in your bed and you go, now they paying attention to me. Now I'm gonna make $1 million. Now I'm gonna make them my slave. Now I'm gonna make them work for me. Now I'm gonna call the shots. Now I'm the big dog. Are you hearing where I'm going? Don't allow ego to get you out of place and out of purpose, because you are the original, because you are the innovative, because you decided to move forward, because you decided to bushwhack a new path for yourself. Don't allow ego to all of a sudden feel like you down with the crew again, because here's newsflash: we were never down with the crew. Okay? We were never down with the crew, y'all. Are y'all hearing me? Now, I'm not saying we were outsiders and outcasts in a bad way. We were being prepared for today. Do y'all get that? We were being prepared for today. Thank you for the acknowledgement, because sometimes, again, I'm just asked over and over again because I feel it so hot in my chest and the left side of my breast where my heart resides. And sometimes I'm like, I know somebody got to be feeling this. We have been going, we have been going through the abuse. We have been going through the shit talk. We have been going through the fingers being pointed. We've been going through the lack of money. We've been going through the lack of acknowledgement. We have been going through no applause, no validation. We've been going through family putting us up in the corner at 30 fucking 5 years old, at 40 years old, at 15 years old, at 50 years old, and laughing and jeering and sneering at us. Because why? We don't want to eat turkey at Thanksgiving. Because why? We don't like red meat. Because why? Your mac and cheese was once good, but lady, is clogging my arteries and I'm about to die like Aunt Mabel did last week at 52 years old. I'm sorry if I triggered anybody, but what I'm saying is that we've always been that one. But now all of a sudden, people want a smoothie. People want a green drink. All of a sudden, people want to get iridologists to check up on them. All of a sudden, people want to go and have Native American sweats and have retreats. I'm not shunning anyone. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. Squirrel, because every time I say something, there's always somebody that says, but are you saying this? Listen to what's being said, not what's not being said. The defensive is not welcomed here. We are rooting for the ones that have not been heard. That's what we're doing in this very, very moment. Not shutting out the ones who've been going their own direction or following the plan or dancing with Puffy Shiny's ass. Y'all get what I'm saying? You know my poetry? Hot and ready, y'all. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. I had to adhere to that download because spirit be on one and I just got to follow. Why? Because I've been told. Because you've been told. And now all of a sudden at Thanksgiving, they want you to pray. All of a sudden at Thanksgiving, they're like, come on, Cindy, don't you have that good word for us? You're the prayer master now. Am I? What, about 5 years ago? You didn't want me to pray? Come on, sweet tea. I'm so glad somebody laughing with my ass. Come on. Now they want you to pray. Now they want you to put together the goddamn genealogy for the family fucking tree. Come on now. I love people. I love humans. But more than anything, I love my tribe because we're the resilient ones. And it's time for us to lead the way. So I say all that to say as I segue into this next part about this full moon eclipse that's behind us. It's behind us, y'all. It was a doozy. I was so tired this weekend. How many of y'all were sleepy? How many of y'all were thirsty? How many of y'all was not really good on the peopling this weekend? Hello, thank you for coming on in, Lori Bryan 59. How many of y'all were good on the people in? Like for real? Can I get some hands up? Some yes, yes, y'all. The people in. Going outside, looking at the people, talking to the people. I'm not saying that you had to be. But even if you were out at a concert, was a part of you that was like, I could take this for 20 minutes and then I gotta go. I was so gosh darn sleepy this weekend. I was like, what is coming over me right now? So much so, on Saturday, I just stayed in the house, literally top to bottom until, I had to bring little Mystic outside. And even when I brought her outside, I'm not going to tell you the full story, but she's looking back at me like every other step, like, are we staying out here? Bitch, I want to go upstairs. She come upstairs and jump on the little bed that she's on, like, okay, whew. I'm like, wow, you're feeling the same thing I'm feeling. Girl, people, how many could talk to me? Was it draining? Did you cry? Did you let it out? Did you take a bath? I had no Epsom salt in my bath this week, but I put some I made my little concoction, y'all. I put some what you call that? Pink Himalayan salt. I put some pink Himalayan. I sure did. I put all kind of salt. I put some lavender goddamn oil. I put some trees. I was like, I'm gonna make this my own kind of thing. I'm like, I can't take it. I gotta get it off of me. Something is happening, and I feel the transformation. So that's behind us. It's behind us. It was necessary to cry. It was necessary to sleep all day. It was necessary to walk barefooted. It was necessary to call whoever you called and apologize. It was necessary. It was necessary. Whatever you did, and I really hope you don't feel bad for it. Chi Healing Institute, you went to sleep when the sun was still out on both Saturday and Sunday. Girl, you was under the blanket. I don't blame you. You had some black curtains. I'm trying to say. Listen, some of my D-Stokes, I slept, I cried, and I purged. Yes, mama. Took a nice goat milk bath. Come on, sweet tea, with lemon balm. Ooh, that must have felt good. Come on now. Cried and napped as much as possible. All right, Bree. Yes, my sweet Bree. That's what I'm talking about. Sat by the ocean, yeah. She is the mother. Y'all know that. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you following your intuition, following your urges, because that thing was heavy, whatever it was. And one of my indications, I don't know if it is for y'all, but is there a point in your body? Ooh, y'all, can I get to the week? It's already 12:30. Can I get to the week? We're going to get there, I promise. And if you have to leave, I understand. Just come on back and get the rest later. What was I going to say? Oh, the body. Sometimes we hold it in the body too. I think I was talking about this in the Art of Alignment workshop. Sometimes we hold it in the body. So did you feel like your neck get cricked a little bit? Well, your hips kind of, every time you took that right step, did you feel like your back was tweaking? But were your left toes on your left foot like kind of crunched up? Like for real, did you pay attention to your body's symbolisms and notifications? Because that's where it enlarges a lot of that energy. What up, B? How you doing? That's where a lot of that energy sometimes that we as humans hold on to, because whether you know it or not, subconsciously, we do lament the change. We lament it. Robin said her left ankle and her chest muscles were tripping. I'm saying sometimes we lament the changes and the body is like, you sure? Roll his hip a little bit because we got to get this shit out. We got to let it all go. So do that. Please continue to do that. But it's behind us. Let's set up for this week. 30 minutes in. I really hope that download assisted you in some kind of way. I really do, because I've never done a 30-minute download in the beginning rather, of my weekly rundowns. We haven't even gotten to the week, B, so you right on time. Oh, wow. I hope it assisted you. It assisted me. It's something I needed to get out. So I'm glad. I'm glad and grateful for it. Listen, on Monday, today is Monday. Again, like I told you, I want y'all to pay attention because some of y'all came in a little later. I want y'all to pay attention to one particular thing this week, and it has to do with Mercury. Mercury being in Virgo. Now, check out the correlation to this. Excuse me for my burps. Mercury in Virgo is about to set us up for what? This new moon solar eclipse now happening. Now, I'm going to talk about this next week as well because the new moon solar eclipse doesn't happen until September 21st. But understand this time is so auspicious that we need 2 weeks to get ready. And this week is what I'm plaguing as that qualifying week, especially with Mercury being in Virgo. Do y'all know Virgo energy is nosy as fuck? Can I get a yes, yes, y'all? Any Virgos in the house? And I mean that with love. I don't mean that by talking stuff. Hey, if any of this information is resonating with you, please hit that like button on the way out or right now here on YouTube. I'd appreciate that thing there. Did you know that Virgo energy is nosy, curious, very, very particular, wants the details, always in your business in a really interesting way. When it's utilized properly, it's the best way of qualifying your life. Does that make sense? When you utilize Virgo energy properly, it's the best way to qualify the things that are happening in your life and around your life. Why? Because Virgo don't get stuck on the emotions. Virgo says, I just want the facts. I just want the information. I just want to be able to set myself up for what's right. So I need for y'all to hold on to that. If you don't hear shit I say today, remember the word qualify. Qualify this week. Ask the questions with the emotional things behind us. Even if people in your home, even if people on your block, your neighbors want to hold on to the thing. Oh, girl, you know what he said? Oh, God, you know this? Oh. And you feel like it's like a blob. It's like coming for you. That's like leaning into you. And you're like, God damn, I thought that full moon was done. Why are y'all on me like that? That's because they lamenting and they don't want to change. And they don't want to ask the questions because they don't want to hear the answers. You know people like that? Are you somebody like that? Does that word qualifying and being nosy and researching and referencing, is that unnerve you right now? Because when we ask the questions, we got to get ready for the answers. That's what this week is all about. Asking the questions of yourself and of anybody else that can assist you in a way that's going to bring you to what? The new moon eclipse, 29 degrees Virgo. Come on now. Y'all not playing. Y'all not hearing me. I'm not playing today. I haven't been playing, honest with you. In the last couple of weeks, Spirit's been on fire through my body. So if y'all don't get it, go back and check it out. It's coming through today, Monday. Can we start at 1, 2, 3, 4? Can we start today, Monday? The moon is in Pisces, so we're still feeling that moon, that full moon energy. Yup, it's lingering. It's absolutely lingering. So I understand if you're moving around today in your home. I understand if you're being checked. I understand people are checking you and you're checking people emotionally. I understand that you probably still can't do the people in, as my friend D says. I can't go out there as too peoply. I understand because we're still wide open. We're fresh. We're vulnerable. We're a little tender. So be easy on yourself. But know that the hills are coming. The sound is alive in the hills. I probably said that line all wrong from The Sound of Music, but it's okay. You get what I'm saying. The music is blasting over yonder because here comes that new moon. Check it out. I got some hair or something on me. What's up, Shannon? Nice to see you in here. So check this out. We're feeling it. We're absolutely feeling it. And understand, as you feel it, continue to wash it off. Continue to take the baths today if you haven't this weekend. Continue to drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated. I saw somebody say that a little bit earlier. I thought it was my eyes bugging out. But continue to stay hydrated as much as possible, right? Because it's all flushing. It's all going away. But at 2:37 p.m., actually, which we're already into on the East Coast for sure, that moon goes into Aries. So there's a fire that's a brewing. There's, you know what, y'all? I got to get this shit off my face. It's driving me bananas. There's a fire. Here we go. It must be mystic. There's a fire that's a brewing that's coming up underneath us. Now, here's the thing about what I just heard about this moon in Aries that wants to come up. It wants us to get what it is that we got, the realization of the full moon. It wants us to get it and move fast, especially the air signs and the fire sign, especially those that don't want to hear the questions nor the answers, especially those that have a propensity to be dismissive. That says, okay, I got it, let's go. That moon in Aries just wants to push through the thing. But before it goes into Aries, there's a discipline moment that happened this morning. Before I go into what that Aries is all about, that moon in Pisces was in conjunction with Saturn. So did you figure out the structure? Did you figure out the discipline? Did you become authority of yourself this morning? Honestly, it's worth going back, even though we passed that vibration. Self-check, okay, on your spiritual rituals that you need to do, that inner honesty that you have to claim. Use your emotions as the strength, y'all. Even though we're tender, push through it though, okay? Because when Aries comes on nice and strong throughout the rest of the day, it wants to align with Neptune. So that means it wants to get that fire up underneath us. It wants to dismiss all the pain and all the hardships. It wants to grow in its courage, in its conviction to do the thing. All right, fuck it. Full moon is behind me. I'm gonna do this. I'm jumping. I'm initiating. I'm risking. I'm gone. I'm gonna act like the fool. I'm gonna act like the baby. I'm gonna be juvenile in my moments, in my reactions, in my emotions. Hold on. It's pairing up with Neptune. If you do that too quick, things can get a little cloudy. Things can get a little confusing. If you do that too quick, there's a way to ignite what it is that Aries emotion is bringing and brewing up with us and to us and for us to connect with Neptune from an inspiration space, right? From an intuitive space, from a inspiring space, from a space in which we listen to spirit. Neptune is all about confusion and delusion and escapisms, but when it's in conjunction with the moon and it wants to help us out, it's initiating us to tap more into spirit and the things that we need to hear. Hear it. Okay. What they say? All right. Call this one. I might be a bugaboo. Who cares? Go. Call them. Remind them. Let them know. Let them know you want it, so they need to get on it. I'm just using an example. Right? Maybe there's somebody that hasn't responded to you because, they've been deep in their full moon shit too. But maybe you're the one that has to be the inspiration to go, I know we in our shit, y'all, but we still got to go. You got that report? I know we in our shit, but we still got to get this money. Did somebody call you? You make that, you send that email? Y'all see what I'm saying? You got to use that Aries fire with Neptune as inspiration, as opposed to glaring through a thing, and you're not hearing what spirit is saying. You just want to jump like the baby and started some kind of confusion and possibly a fight. That's a warning. That moon in Aries is also sextile in Uranus, so it's about the bold, confident changes that we have to do. But also Uranus can be a little sporadic. So I want y'all to do yourselves a favor at the end of this day. If you find yourself a little scattered or whatever, remember to use that inspiration to unscatter you. Does that make sense? Yes, y'all. Anybody feeling that prematurely? There's a way in which we can tap in to our emotions by knowing, okay, I got to start a thing. Knowing, okay, I got to be bold in this. Knowing I have to be confident in this. Knowing I got to stand up for myself. But if things seem a little scattered, you don't know which one to grab and what to do. And then you find yourself spinning out. And with that Aries moon, when you start to spin out, you start spinning and connecting with somebody. Next thing you know, there's a brawl in the middle of the room. Am I speaking to somebody? I'm just saying. Uranus is very, very spastic. And it gets really, really excited, especially when Aries is on its tail. So you have to use Uranus in the best way today. Allow the changes to come with you and you rock with the changes. Like, I don't know, you doing the hustle. Anybody know how to do the hustle out there? Do the hustle. No, nobody know how to do the hustle. It is an East Coast thing, but it's one of them quick, like little like dances or whatever, where you don't know where the leader is taking you. You just got to go with the change at every millimeter of a beat, right? Every time you switch and you go. That's how we utilize Uranus's energy today. You go with the rhythm as opposed to spazzing out. Come on, Marissa B. You know how to do the hustle, girl. What up, Randy? How you doing? I didn't know that was you. Right? You did it in the 8th grade, Robin. Come on, Robin. Once you do the hustle, you'll not know how to, you don't not know how to do the hustle. Come on. That's what it's about today, especially at the end of this day, in the evening time. And it's gonna pair up with Pluto too as it goes direct. So as we do that hustle, as we are becoming inspired, right? Pluto is like, that's how we find our power. That's how we use the power to transform in this day. Specifically, thank you, Spirit, the power to transform what that full moon energy taught you into where we going now. Does that make sense? Where we going now? Oh, you in Italy? Nice to know that, cousin. Have a great time and be safe, okay? You know what I mean? Where we going now? Use that sporadic, that hustle, that inspiration, that Aries like push, that initiation to transform that power, to transform that step, to say, okay, we're going this way now. The path is behind us. I already laid that. I don't have to lament that. I don't care about what they did and what they didn't do. I don't care about what I did and what I didn't do. I'm moving forward in it. I'm moving forward and I'm understanding that my new is coming for me. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's go. On Tuesday, that 999 day, we already talked about that. I'm not going to go into that too much more because I spent about 10 minutes talking about that on the top of this thing here. So rewind, selector, and figure that out for yourself. But tomorrow, Tuesday, that moon, how you doing, Bella? Nice to see you. That moon will be in Aries still. More of that harried energy. Now, here's the thing. I want y'all to pay attention to where Mercury is being aspected, y'all. Y'all remember what aspects are, right? Aspects are relationships. I take my time to teach if y'all don't know me by now. Aspects are relationships, one planet to another planet, an asteroid to an asteroid, or an asteroid to a planet. What's the relationship in the middle of that thing? What's holding it together? So the relationships between Mercury, I want y'all to make a note of that because that's that nosy, qualifying, curious energy that I've been talking about that's in Virgo, you dig? Now, Aries is going to hit up, that moon in Aries tomorrow is going to hit up that Mercury on Tuesday, that Mercury in Virgo. Ooh, that's a quincunx. Because Virgo and Aries don't really get along. Although I know a lot of Aries and Virgo pairing up, and probably because the Virgo is like the Aries' mama on some level, but that's a whole nother conversation. But the bottom line is that they really, really don't like each other. Okay. Why? Because the Aries is too flighty and is doing its thing and is being a baby and is rearing its head against the same lesson all day, every day, where the Virgo takes its time to figure it out. So if our emotional nature tomorrow is doing its best to push through, the full moon energy is behind me. I'm no longer crying over boo-boo the fool. I'm no longer doing this thing for my family. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I'm moving forward. Wait. That Mercury in Virgo is like, but did you ask the questions though? Did you figure out this whole newfound courage that you got on? Are you wasting your energy in this moment? Are y'all hearing me? Does this make sense? Are you wasting your movements? Are you wasting your God-given sense? Mercury, communication, processing, intellect, you understand, programming. Are y'all listening to me? Aries, quincunx, and Mercury and Virgo tomorrow is like, yo, this newfound courage, I know it's cool. And it's doing its thing. It's readjusting. But again, don't be too impetuous. Don't be too impetuous. Ask the questions on where you need to go because we need an aim, right? Virgo Mercury says we need an aim with all this Aries, frivolous, risk-taking, individualized energy. We just can't be shooting in the dark. I wasted too many motherfucking days in the last couple of days and too many goddamn hours crying, figuring some stuff out for us to all of a sudden get up and be like, I'm just going to do anything. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all hearing me? Come on now. Tomorrow also, that moon in Aries, it wants to quincunx the sun because the sun is in Virgo. We're in Virgo season. So even Mercury and the sun are being challenged by this harried Aries energy. I want y'all to get this right tomorrow. Not only walk slow, but talk to the people as you walk. Does this make sense? Talk to yourself, talk to the people. Pause when you don't have an answer. You don't have to decide. In 24 hours, things are not going to freaking blow up because you don't have an answer straight away. Just wait. Wait for a second because, again, especially if you're an air sign or a fire sign, Mystic, sit your butt down already. Thank you, little girl. Especially if you are Aries or an air sign. You don't want to jump the gun. You did? Why? Because that Aries moon, if you do take your time with it, that Aries moon trining up with Venus tomorrow says, yo, here's the value, here's the worth, here's how we win, here's how we make money when we have an aim, not when we're shooting in the dark, shooting blanks. Oh, that brings me to a story in which has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to say it, but you already probably know where I'm going to go. So let me try to utilize the analogy. Listen, we're not shooting blanks out this motherfucker and then end up pregnant. Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? You can't shoot blanks and end up pregnant. Do you get my poetry? Do I need to spell it out in a song? Do I need to write a hook or a chorus about it? The thing about it is that if you know what you shooting, there's value in what you shooting. If you want to be pregnant, all right, shoot them then. But they could not be blanks. They could be full of some life, some substance out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So the bottom line is don't get crazy. Don't get confused tomorrow by moving too fast because you could find the value. You don't have to just shoot blanks. You can actually shoot something that's worthy. Robin said, we got it. Thank you, Kimberlite. I appreciate y'all laughing at me. Y'all know how I share, right? I'm saying there's maybe a part of you that feels like that you're not receiving any value or any expansion tomorrow. Why? Because Aries don't like Cancer energy and Jupiter is in Cancer, right? And tomorrow the moon is going to square up Jupiter in Cancer. There's value when you figure out where you want to aim, but hold on, be patient for the results, the expansion, the blessings, the miracles that are coming through because they're coming. The miracles that want to come through tomorrow has to do with you sitting in that tub, taking care of yourself. That's when you get the understanding. Aries moon says, I'm shooting these blanks. I'm shooting all the things. I'm looking for the value. Where's it at? Where are we going with this thing? Jupiter's like, go sit in the tub, cuz. Go call your mama in Cancer. Go have a good meal. Go sit down. Let it find you. Let it find you. Because you've done the work. Don't you know you've done the work? Don't you know you're worthy of the best things coming to you? As opposed what the human, the ego says inside, oh, I deserve this. I should get it right now because I'm done. I don't know. I don't know, humans. Who you gonna listen to? You and your ego and the pressure that you put on yourself? or your ancestors and your guides and spirit that says, I said, wait, go sit down, take a bath, relax, rub your own feet, prepare. Because when it comes, you're going to need to walk fast. Because when it comes, you're going to need a new pair of sneakers. So, because when it comes, you're going to have to feel ready for it. Excuse me. And the readiness comes from the inside out. Jupiter in Cancer, of self-care, of love, of emotionality. The readiness comes from you with dry eyes, from you understanding how good you are, for you understanding that this is an individual walk and not everybody is going to receive the same type of blessings. Not everybody wants to travel. Not everybody wants $1 million purse. Not everybody wants people flocking to their door. Maybe you're the person that just wants a peace of mind. So sometimes those blessings, those expansions come at its own time, in its own speed, in its own understanding of your true journey and your true self. That came through clear, and I hope you get that. Your blessings are not somebody else's blessings. Enjoy your own blessings, but know that other people got their own shit. So you can't compare yours to the next and feel like yours is not coming quick enough tomorrow night. Got that? Get it? Good. Wednesday. The moon stays in Aries for a little while until it turns into Taurus later on in the morning. Now, here's the deal about when the moon goes into Taurus. As we all know, when the moon is in Taurus, things are very quiet. Things are pretty internal. Things are very determined like. There's a calm that comes over us, unlike that Aries energy. So we go from being hyped on Monday and Tuesday to getting kind of solemn, not sad, but solemn, sitting in ourselves, checking and being observant, figuring out, trying to be methodical about the thing. But maybe the methodical energy doesn't work for Pluto, because Pluto in Aquarius squares that moon in Taurus as Pluto goes retrograde. Oh, shit. So the thing about there's an adjustment that needs to happen, because the individual in you, again, wants to transform. The innovative in you, again, in this Aquarius season, wants to transform, wants to stand out. But the moon in Taurus goes, baby, like, listen, I know that's your deal. I know that's what you want to do. But in order for this to provide some kind of structure, in order for this to provide some type of stability, in order for this to stay, we're going to have to do this in a very methodical way. Does that make sense? We're going to have to do this in a way in which it makes sense. What's up, everybody coming on in? Appreciate you being here, Empress and Smoky Magnolia. Oh, gmail.com. That's what that's saying. Anyway, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. On Wednesday, it's that push and pull. Again, the patience. Again, the qualifying. If I don't know nothing about Taurus, by the way, squirrel, I love Taurus energy on so many different levels. But for your girls specifically, I have connected, Empress being one of them, isn't that something? I have connected with so many, not a lot. Let me rephrase that, because I like to put extras on things. What a good 4 Taurus people in the last couple of years that have turned my life around. Why? Because the Leo in me, which goes against Taurus, the Leo in me wants to move fast. But that Taurus taught the Cancer in me how to be purposeful, how to be methodical, how to be not only patient, but wait. Because what happens is sometimes that Taurus energy, still talking about Wednesday going up against this transformation in Pluto, that Taurus energy allows us to see where the mistakes are. That Taurus energy and this methodical way of being allows us to see who's really serious and who's not. You understand what I mean by that? Tauruses will sit back and be like, yeah, we can do that. Let me watch in about 3, 2, 1. See, that motherfucker's gone. They don't want to do that shit. Next to the next person. Because why? They don't want to take their time. Because why? They're not convicted. So it's almost like us saying to ourselves on Wednesday, are you convicted to the thing? to the transformation. And if you are, not only be patient, but take your time and see that where the leaks are. See where the pipes are leaking. See where the people and the situations are not as devoted as you are. Make adjustments in this transformation because you need to weed out the motherfuckers. Right, Empress? Taurus taught me. Take your time, Sonja. It's all right. However the flow go. Because wherever the flow go, as a water knows, but wherever the flow goes is where the earth, that Taurus energy, can make a thing grow. And y'all know I'm a poet out this motherfucker. As I take another sip, ask a question if I got you confused. Because I feel like this is another weekly rundown you want to save or share or it's like on this World Wide Web, this what you call this thing, YouTube. Talk to somebody about it. It's about us as a community helping each other get ready for what's coming in the way in which we need. Do you make good blankets? Do you make great shoes, great jewelry? Do you pray for people? Do you make good food? What do you do? I talk a lot of shit about the things that come through to me so clear that I come on YouTube and I talk to y'all every Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific time because I was told to, because that's what I do. I also do a little jig on stage. I'm pretty dope. I sing a little bit. I'm a little poet, you know what I mean? I'm a performer. I'm doing free bricks. I'm doing all the things because that's what God told me to do. Gosh darn it. Y'all get that for Wednesday though? It's a different kind of day that I want y'all to tap into because again, it's bigger than patience. It's about establishing, about restructuring, about building the floors, you dig? What's the point of going through what we go through? Build that platform, then you get to floor number 2 and number 3 and number 4, and it's built with straw. Then all of a sudden you walk out off the elevator onto the floor and the whole thing collapses. Makes no sense whatsoever. On Thursday, that moon is still in Taurus, but here's the thing. Here's where the questions come in. Here's where that nosy Mercury and Virgo trines that moon in Taurus. Here's the day. If you can get past Wednesday and not be so gosh darn hasty about the building being built and the structure that needs to form, then on Thursday you can wake up with the questions, you dig? You can wake up with the understanding. You understand? That's what Mercury brings. Mercury brings the understanding. Mercury brings the plan, the process. And again, it being in Virgo is nosy as fuck. It's curious. No, wait. Let's say that again. Wait, let me ask that a different way. Did you say? I mean, I don't get it. Can you put it in an email so I can read what you said? Wait, hold on. Let me ask my son to read it. Is that what they said? Be sure. Be sure about communication. Be sure about the process, right? And that moon in Taurus says, I got you. We're going to be sure about this thing. We're going to figure this out because we're building this together, baby, because we're all doing it together. We are all checking one another. And I'll be honest with you, you think you're doing this by yourself? You're going to find out really quick. Squirt. I was thinking about this a little earlier. I have to go here a quick second before I go to Friday because that's the only aspect for Thursday. When I first moved to California in 1992, I came with a notion that community was a big deal. And it was, especially in Leimert Park, in the World Stage. Shout out to the World Stage and Anansi Writers Workshop. Shout out to all the beautiful, beautiful creatives that I've met along the way. But I will say this, though. Somehow, some way, capitalism has taken over in a way in which relationships have become so transactionary. Has anyone else experienced that? Thank you, Robin. Has anyone else experienced that? Now, maybe it's just not LA. Maybe it's all over the world. Maybe there's such a desperation that happened through the 90s that went into the 2000s that's now in this decade, right? That we feel like not only are we hurried, but we got to make money off this thing. It got to be in connection with what you want and what I want. If you're the producer, then what I'm gonna need you for if I give you this? maybe it's because I'm just a Cancer, y'all. And y'all can tell me to lay low. Y'all can tell me, Sonja, maybe you in your feelings right now. I could take the honesty. But if you're not feeling this, but to be truthful with you, the Cancer in me is a little broke up about that on some level, because people just don't want to come together anymore. I mean, they do, but they don't. They do, but can I trust you? They do, but I mean, will I walk away with something? They do, but do I have to give you $20? They do, but I don't have no money to buy no chicken to come over to your pool party. I mean, they do, but I got 4 other things to do. And even when I'm at your place, I'm on the phone trying to figure out the directions to the next spot that I'm going in. Then the people are not present. Is it just me? Come on, YouTube. Are y'all still here? Or is it just in LA? Is it just in LA? Because most of the people on YouTube are not in LA, except for Bridget. Is that you, Bridge? Zena's here. I'm saying, is it just me? I'm wondering. I'm over it. And I'm over it to the point where I heard Spirit say to me very, very clearly, I need you to be her again. I really need you to be her again. I really need for you to open up your heart in a discerning type of way, because you got to watch out for, thank you, everybody on IG. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, because sometimes I feel like it's just me. I need you to watch out for the people that are the shysters. Now, here's the thing. Here's that energy about the shysters, though. The ones that are coming in with the transaction, type of relationships and the things, they come in hot. Y'all notice that? This is a download, y'all. We'll get to Friday in a minute. They come in hot. They come in real fast, like literal, walking fast, or they love bomb you. Oh, you're the best. You're the awesomest. Oh my gosh, your weekly rundowns. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my goodness. Look, can I hug you? Can I talk to you? I'm talking about my walk, y'all, but translate into how your life is. They lean on it. They come in hot. And I'm like, wait, hold on. I just want to share a moment. I just want to laugh about that thing that was on TV last night. I just want to hug you and let you feel my deep, deep hug without me feeling you as I'm hugging you, that you got someplace else to go. Anybody experience that? When you try to hug somebody and be really sincere about a hug, and you can feel in their embrace, girl, I can't hug you too much. I got to go. I got shit to do. I can't connect in this moment because connections are not real. Connections are all the way real, y'all. But connections start when you become real with your goddamn self. Connections start when you feel the real and you have the courage to pass it on. Connections are real when you pick up the phone and say, girl, I just love you. Connections are real when you open up to yourself and love you. That's when connections become real. You understand that? So all I'm saying for that Thursday thing, I don't even know how I got on that note, but I'm just saying, do yourself a favor as you're qualifying, as you are making these moves, as you are moving into this new moon solar eclipse energy, as you are trying to understand the better part of yourself. Go to those spaces that full moon in Pisces released and supply it, reevaluate it. Dump some genuineness in there, in those empty places. Dump the connection, the need for connection, even though the other one won't start it. You start it. Be careful. Cuidado. Open up your heart and be discerning. Watch for the love bombs. And for the, oh my God, you're my best friend. Bitch, I've known you for 2 days. How am I your best friend? Understand that. But come from a genuine place, please. All right, I'm moving on because I feel like I'm preaching too much today. Friday, that moon stays in Taurus for a little while and then it goes into Gemini. But before we talk about the moon situation, the very top of the day is that sun sextiling in Jupiter. What you organize will bring the opportunities and the blessings. That's what I'm talking about, because that sun is in Virgo, cousins. The sun is in Virgo, like I said, the nosiness, the qualifications, the integrations, of all the things, the askings of the questions with that sun in Virgo. I love this Virgo season, y'all. I can't tell you. Me and Bree, well, Bree was talking about it, and I'm like backing her up on that. When that Mars was in Virgo, it opened up the gate. But it's also about being in this Virgo nest right now, knowing that we are in this space of not only qualifying, but organizing, reorganizing, seeing the things clearly, asking the questions, being particular with no apologies. You want red or you want dark pink? I said red. I mean, dark pink is cool. No, I said red. And feeling no ways about it. You understand my example and my analogies? So that sun in Virgo is teaching us, sextile in Jupiter, to ask for what you want. You recreate in your life. You are literally recreating your life in this moment in time. Okay, another squirrel, y'all. But check it out. I was awakened the night before last by myself and by spirit. And Mystic looked at me when I woke up. Mystic was like, "Are you good? What's wrong with you?" I was in a dream that I cannot remember in this moment in time, but I've been dreaming a lot lately. I ain't even lie. Every night it's like a fucking sequel, right? And I'm laying down, and all of a sudden I hear out loud, and I say outside my mouth, "You are the architect of your life." And I said it out loud, opened my eyes, and Mystic's looking at me like, "What? Who, me? I'm the architect, or you the architect? Who's the architect?" It was so profound. So profound. But is that not Virgo energy? Come on, Virgos. Who's on here? Hi, Mama V. How you doing? Come on, Virgos. The architect, the one that breaks it down, the one that shows the details, the one that shows you how to build, the one that not only asks the questions, but gets the information. You understand? The one that has no problem with sitting in the back watching the thing build. That they don't have ego. Virgo energy don't have ego. That information, that architect that you are, that you've been plagued to be, well, me for sure, but I'm passing on that information to you because so are you. If I am, so are you. That sun in Virgo, that architect, is hitting up with Jupiter on Friday to bring you what? The blessings, boo-boo. To bring you the opportunities, to bring you the expansion of the things that you know, to bring you at the very least the education and the spiritual fortitude to march on, to move through, to say, yeah, I'm pumped up. I get this because I can see the plan. I can see the buildup. I can see the organization and the compartments in which I need to pay more attention to, less attention to, get rid of that, put somebody on that, delegate this. Y'all get what I'm saying? Life is in the details, Mama V. Spirit said that to me, Mama V. You are the architect of your life. You get to plan your life. You get to build your life. I'm preaching today, y'all. I can't help it. On Friday, that moon in Taurus, though, it quincunx, which is an irritation. That's an aspect, remember? The relationship between the two. That moon is quincunxing Mars. Here's another pause. Here's another shift down the second gear. Here's another, wait a minute, hold up. Sometimes when you're walking in a line of people, or I should say, if you're walking on the streets of New York, let's use that as an analogy. You're walking on the streets in New York, and all of a sudden, you're walking fast, and you got a nice little rhythm. One foot in front of the other, you hear George Benson in your head playing the guitar, talking about you living on Broadway and shit, and you in your groove, right? And then all of a sudden, here comes 5, 10, 15 people out of buildings, and they slow you up. They slow your rhythm up. George Benson kind of fades in the background. All of a sudden, here comes Billy Joel singing his song. Everything gets a little different. There's a different tune. You understand? That's what I feel about that. That moon, quincunxing Mars on Friday. Because Taurus is like, wait, hold on, you're moving too fast. Hold on, you're doing too much. Hold on, you're holding on to the wrong partnerships. Hold on, this thing may have felt fair, but maybe it's not fair. Hold on, wait a minute, the crowd is trying to tell you. It's time to assess the situation. Bring back George. Please bring back George Benson. Do y'all hear where I'm going with that? 111. Come on, y'all. Do y'all hear where I'm going with that? There's a stubbornness that might come over us that says, I said, slow down for a second. I'm not moving. And maybe, given that analogy, you stop in the middle of the crowd and you let the crowd go around you because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to move. You see people going too fast and it's throwing you a little bit off. Remember, we talked about this. Come back on YouTube, please, and here on IG, and get into the comment section and talk to us about this. Find a way to adjust to the speed that's happening, because again, we do this together. Again, we need partnerships. That Mars in Libra. Again, we need to be fair. Okay, we don't do this by ourselves. So if the crowd is slowing us down, if there's a reason why the emails are not coming quick enough, if there's a reason something's not in alignment, so don't get irritated by it is the point. Just pay attention to the rhythm and turn on a new song, all right? All right. On Friday, that moon, if you can do that, that moon is sextile in Saturn. Come on, y'all. There's the focus. There's the discipline. There's the work that needs to be done, right? Because we move and the crowd slowed us down, but what's the work possibly, maybe, that you can do on yourself in that moment? Maybe there's something you forgot. Maybe there's a little thread in your sweater that you have to mend up again because you're moving fast and you didn't recognize that thing, that the thread is coming out and you're about to be naked. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, maybe there's something to pay attention to, because that moon in Taurus is saying, not only pay attention to the details, but be diligent about a thing. Be caring about a thing. Be determined to get all your facts and shit in a row. Because why? Because Saturn is asking. It's about the work. It's about the boundaries. It's about the discernment. Right, Mama V? Detour is never a delay, she says. And then bust this. By the end of Friday, Mercury sextiles Jupiter. Come on, y'all. Does the universe not always give us a reward? First of all, I'm not just saying this because Jupiter is in Cancer, but this Jupiter in Cancer, this season around, and it's about to go reverse in a little while, y'all, which is awesome, because as it slows up, then it got to go direct again. So we're going to have more of the same that's been going on. This Jupiter in Cancer for everybody. I don't care who you are and what sign you are, is allowing you to see yourself and care for yourself in this change. And care for your emotional body, is allowing you to become more emotionally mature. And if on Friday, at the end of the day, it's sextile and Mercury, you seeing that. That emotional maturity is coming from you qualifying. It's coming from you planning the proper steps. Emotional maturity. I'm not saying every Cancer out there is emotionally mature. They're not. As I burp, please forgive me. They're not. But at the same time, that Cancer energy does have the propensity to be. Why? Because if you are Cancer and or respect and revere Cancer energy, regardless of what sign you are, or thirdly, at the very least, respect and revere this Jupiter in Cancer, and you lean into it, you can see that emotions are necessary. Taking care of your emotional body is necessary. Because it cleanses, it releases, it gets rid of, it strengthens. It allows you to stand up for yourself. It allows you to drop those one-liners when you need to drop those one-liners that pushes the family back and go, oh, she ain't playing, he ain't playing. That's right. I'm not the same person I am anymore, and you're being mean. So stop it. So when Mercury sextiles that emotionally mature Jupiter in Cancer, it's saying qualify, ask the questions. You understand? Push through, say the things, think the things, plan the things, so we can grow in our maturity, so we can receive our expansion of our heart energy, so we can lend to being more connected to people. Again, ask the questions, plan the thing, process the information, read a book about it. You understand what I'm saying? Mercury. So you can bring what? The head and the heart in alignment. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't hear me. Oh, I thought I was misspeaking, but absolutely, that moon in Gemini by the end of the day wants to sextile Neptune. It's also sparking the imagination. So here we go. We're expanding with those thoughts. If we expand with those thoughts, Jupiter and Mercury, here comes Neptune in the mix going, yeah. And we can expand our intuition and our imagination. You know what I mean? And we can get ready. We can get ready for the newness that's coming, because now what we are able to see is the hills alive and the sound of music. Oh, Sonja, I'm gonna read this back, listen back for my goddamn self. I don't know about y'all. Neptune brings the imagination when it is hooked up in the right alignment. Y'all not hearing me? Y'all need me to say that again? If Mercury on the same day, Friday, is sextile and Jupiter going, expand your heart, be that mama to yourself. I'm going to open up the door for Neptune. I'm going to open up the door for Neptune to give you that song. I'm going to open up the door for Neptune to give you the inspiration. I'm going to open up the door for Neptune to allow your ancestors to speak to you even deeper. Why? Because you're ready for it. Because you're ready for it. You wasn't ready for it before, baby. You wasn't ready for it before. Don't you hear the music down yonder? Don't you hear the songs being played? Don't you hear the newness that's coming for you? Don't you want to hug and be free and release yourself from the burdens that you once thought was your identity? Don't you want to release that thing? And at the same day, the same time, that moon in Gemini is hooking up with Uranus, and Uranus says, yup, switch, yup, change, yup, let's go. Let's go. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of mulling over what I was and what I wasn't. I'm tired of people trying to create an identity about me. I'm tired of the conditioning on top of the conditioning on top of the conditioning. That Gemini energy says, I'm tired of being all these compartments and being a producer of myself. I want to be a producer of the things that are hold true to my heart, which Neptune is trying to tell me. Hold true to my heart and my inspiration, not what the outside, not what the superficial is telling me. I want to be dutiful to what spirit is saying. This is on Friday. Come on, y'all. And then if we can do that, that moon in Gemini, oh, I'm hot. That moon in Gemini is trining up what the hell that is? Venus. Here comes the value. Here comes the worth. Here comes the possessions. Here comes the money. Here comes the understanding, the identity. That's not the right word. Here comes the security that you have within yourself. Here comes the passion. Oftentimes we negate passion. And I'm going to say that for real, for real. Oftentimes we want to go from the conception of the thought, oh, I can do, to actual doing it, right? Venus comes in on Friday that goes, no, baby, you got to rev it up. You got to go from gear 2 to gear 3 to gear 4 to gear 5. Squirrel, did y'all know that an 18-wheeler has 19 gears? At least the older ones, when my father taught me how to drive his 18-wheeler. He was crazy. At 16 years old, I learned how to drive his truck. And I had to go to 19 gears. Like a stick shift, but stick and shifting to 19 gears. It's like shifting. But you need passion to do that thing. You need propulsion. You need the value and the worth of self that pumps you up, that tells you, I need that for myself. Thank you, Spirit. That was for me. And I tell you why. Because sometimes we know we got a thing, but sometimes what we can hear most in our minds, and maybe you sharing this, maybe you don't. Maybe sometimes we hear most in our mind, and what's louder is what our family taught us we can't do, is what our mothers say we couldn't do, is what our neighbors teased us about, where we have to recalibrate, there's an R in there, our own passion to say, hell yeah, we can do this thing. Hell yeah, I've lived 55 years. I know myself. Hell yeah, I've lived in LA for 20 years for somebody else out there, me 33. But I lived in LA for 20 years. I've lived on my own. I've worked my life. You understand what I'm saying? I've worked this thing. I know exactly what's happening. And if I don't, I have trust in myself, propulsion in myself, passion in myself to figure out the questions, especially this week, because what's the word for the week? Qualifying. Because I'm going to ask the questions, because I'm going to be nosy about the thing. I'm going to be curious about the thing. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all getting me hot for nothing because y'all don't hear what I'm saying. I swear y'all don't hear me. Let's go to Saturday and push it on. That moon in Gemini is staying cool and shifting. Listen, I like the moon in Gemini too, especially when you can use it in a social way. It's a good day for a party. It's a good day to come together with some folks and to be superficial about some things. And I say superficial in the best way, because sometimes, especially as we're in between these two eclipses, things can get a little heavy. So why not just talk about Ready for Love? Is that anybody else's guilty pleasure? I've never said that out loud, except to Kamau. I like Ready for Love. I really do, really, really do. Bullshit reality show. But every now and again, it's good to talk about something frivolous. It's good to just be human for 5 minutes. It's good to balance it out, because that's where the growth happens, in the balancing, right? So Saturday is that day with that moon in Gemini asking the questions again. Did you know, squirrel, both both Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. So again, it's a good week to ask the questions per Mercury and Virgo, but also as this moon goes into Gemini. Because Gemini is not only nosy, Gemini will find the information out for itself. It's not going to ask the questions, really. Virgo asks the questions. Gemini is like, I'll be right back. On the computer. Or Gemini will be like, I know, because I got this filed away in my goddamn Rolodex somewhere. So Saturday is that day. How you doing, Liza? Is that day to tap into that Rolodex of thought, of wisdom, of understanding, of the teachings, to be superficial, to be sociable, you understand? To have a good conversation, to utilize your intellect. That sun in Virgo is going to on Saturday. Oh, it's a heady day Saturday, of course. That sun in Virgo, I just said it's a Mercury day, right? The moon is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. The sun in Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is actually conjuncting Mercury. Okay? It's the 4th time I said this. I wrote this in my notes. Qualify, process, ask the questions, keep the mind sharp. That's Saturday. I say this: if you want to be light and airy on that day, get with some people that matter. Get with some people. Now, this is not a transactionary relationship. Oftentimes, when you just get with, like, and this is interesting how, yeah, oftentimes you just get with people that are of the same, we of the same tribe, of the same artistic situations, of the same intuitive family, of the same computer family. I don't know, whoever your family is. You get with the people, you leave feeling smarter. You ever recognize that? You go to the library and just sit by somebody that's reading, and you could just be sitting there. And all of a sudden you feel smarter. It's the energy, it's the vibration of the thing. Saturday's that day. Get with your people. On Sunday, it's a lot going on. Are y'all ready for it? I don't know if I'm ready for it, because I'm losing steam. I'll be honest with you. I'm ready to pick a card and get out of here. But I'm going to be dutiful and tell y'all what Sunday is all about. This is for the astrology students. I like to do this every now and again because they are very, very diligent at taking notes. On Sunday, that moon is in Gemini, but I'll go back and I'll explain it all real quick, okay? On Sunday, that moon is in Gemini, but at 8:30 p.m. in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, it goes into Cancer, all right? So it's a heady / emotional, I want to be home kind of day. Okay. When it first kicks off, that moon in Gemini is going to square up the sun. That moon in Gemini is going to square up Mercury. That moon in Gemini will sextile Venus. The moon in Gemini will trine Mars. That moon in Gemini will square up Saturn in Pisces. That moon in Cancer will square up Neptune in Aries. That moon in Cancer is going to quincunx Pluto. That's a lot. And I know about 10 of y'all is like, I have no idea what she's talking about, so I'm just going to wait till she says something. Like I said, I will tell you. It begins on Sunday with a little cantankerous kind of feel, because maybe the day prior you got too much information. Maybe the day prior, your head exploded, right? With too much conversation. Maybe there was an argument or something that happened at the end of the day and that leaded over to the beginning of Sunday. Maybe there's a meeting and a battle of the mind, who's right and who's wrong. Don't wake up with that on Sunday, okay? Everybody got their position in life. It does not mean it applies to you. That's the worst thing in the world, is having a conversation with somebody that thinks that their values and their intellectual rundown and what their life is all about should apply to you and everybody else in the world. That's bullshit. That's ego. And start accepting people for who they are. That's what that feels like on Sunday, though. You know, the information that comes up, it should be, mine is better than yours and yours is less than. Stop it. Also, that moon squares up Mercury. There's the misunderstanding. There's the fight of the logic. So I'm gonna prove to you why my life is better. I mean, do we have to do that? Watch your tongue Sunday morning. Watch your tongue Sunday morning. Let people be who they are. Enjoy the sunshine. You understand? Enjoy servicing people without having to impose your service on them. Some people don't want your help. And if they don't want your help, it's okay. It's really all right. Go help your damn self. On Sunday, that moon in Gemini sextile and Venus says, find a value in all of this. Find a value in just sitting back and staying light, staying airy, enjoying the moment, enjoying the people, enjoying the passion that people are ensuing or putting the things out. Enjoy a little bit of money, make some money. Stay focused and make some money that day. You dig what I'm saying? Sunday, if it's possible. Also, just be energetic about the thing. Come together with your partner. Maybe that's a day because the Mars is in Libra, and that hits right nice with that moon in Gemini. Sit there with your partner. Have a good, cup of tea. Sit back, concentrate on being fair. The meeting of the minds. Just what I said about 45 seconds ago. Understand that people are different. So how about, why do you have sex with 17 people? I want to know. Instead of the judgment, why did you marry her and then him and then her again and then have 7 kids and then move to Alaska? I'm just wondering, doing a little research for my book in the future. I'm just saying, no judgment here. You understand what I'm saying? On Sunday, yeah, please remember the discernment with that moon squaring up Saturn. There's some boundaries that need to be made. So again, you trying to service somebody, service your damn self. If you asking questions, ask questions just to be inquisitive and just to be social. You don't have to get too deep about things because Saturn says you need to put up some boundaries. Folks trying to get into your crib, put up the fence. You understand what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Also, that moon is squaring up Neptune. Watch for the confusion. So there's a moment in which when Cancer gets in there, right? When Cancer says, listen, I just want to, be at home, or I just want to be loving. I'm just showing you my emotions. And Neptune is like, look, I ain't got time for that. I'm sitting back. I'm trying to be imaginative. I'm listening to this one and that one, but you're being a baby about it. Relax. I need y'all to relax on Sunday more than anything. Relax and allow. Relax and allow. And then lastly, I'm saying this all quick because I really want to get out of here. And I've held y'all for an hour and 27 minutes, and I'm grateful that some of you have held on. Thank you. That moon is also quincunx in Pluto. What I say here, check your emotions as you're reestablishing your power. Don't let your feelings get hurt because somebody doesn't understand your power readjustment. Somebody doesn't understand who you are and where you come from as you sharing with people. You know what I mean? It's not meant for them to understand. I have been in that situation too many times where you try to express yourself with people and then you end up defending yourself. And you're like, why am I defending myself to somebody that will never, ever get me in the first place? Anybody else out there kind of fall in alignment with that? Why? Why? Every time I talk, they hear Mandarin. Every time I say a thing, they think I'm going against them. Every time I say something, they want to become defensive about something. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm simply talking about my life and the way I see life. So it's a tightrope to walk on Sunday. It's a serious tightrope. But if you stay in your own passion and mind your business and stay light in the thing, I'm saying Sunday can turn out to be a pretty good day because the moon is in Gemini and it's gonna rule the mood. So have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up. Okay, let's pick a card. Right. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this moment. One card today, y'all. One card. Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so, so very much. Thank you for sharing this information if you can. If any of this resonates with you, I really appreciate it that you send a link to somebody. You never know. You might help turn somebody's life around, at least their perspective on what they're thinking. You know. And if you're here on YouTube, please press that like button on the way out. So we can get some engagements on here. If you want to donate, you can always do that. Like I said, free bricks, the free tickets are up. So hit free bricks. In the description box, there's a link. On IG, there's a link as well. Just kind of getting in this information before we get out of here. And be good to yourself, always. Glad you caught me live too, Melissa. How you doing, honey? Especially the fire on the valuing one's life experience. I have navigated that ride, girl. I am here. See how I put the girl thing? All right, what's the card for the week, y'all? Y'all ready? Y'all quiet over on you're quiet on what you call this thing? YouTube. One of my favorite cards in the deck. Creativity. Creativity. Because you're the creator. Because you are the architect of your life. Oh, come on, y'all gotta give spirit hearts on that. Because thank you over there. Thank you on IG. Because why? You are the architect of your life. Creativity is architecting your life. Is architecting a word? Creativity. Come on, create the thing. You're waiting for somebody else to do a thing. I'm so tired of feeling like I gotta belong. Fuck being a belong. Fuck being a belonged. Fuck belonging. Who cares? We are individuals. That's what we started out this thing with. We are individuals. We are innovative. We create our path. We bushwhack the path for us to do. We're not trying to follow everybody else's suit and do what they say they doing here on this social media just so we can post pictures to look like we fancy like that. Fuck that. We create our lives. When I make up my mind to find the artist way. Hey y'all, the other day I was watching, I was listening. I wasn't doing none of that. The other day, I was in my computer looking up some music because I'm performing at Head Raps in the Park. Do y'all know about that here in LA? I'm performing at Head Raps in the Park in October. And I came across this song that I used to sing back in the day. If y'all give me a moment, because it has everything with it to do with this. As far as I see, hold on, let me get the notes. You gotta create anew. You gotta get into you. Tell me you believe. I love that song. As far as I see, you gotta create anew. That's what's about this creativity, y'all. You gotta get into you. You got to believe. Tell me Tell me. Cut to this lucid scene. The image that brought me here after careful deliberating. With my angels, my guides, keep it moving, grooving. Choose the love of my friend and the finest man. Jump at the risk without holding hands and breathe. Deep in your heart to release. That brain scatter to the wind. Once you start, you won't believe all the miracles that begin. Live your life, live the new. That's what we came to do. That's what God said, and MC said it too. Run it back as far as I see. Go ahead, V. You gotta create a new. Thank y'all for indulging. You gotta get into you. Tell me you believe. Tell me. I had to bring that up. When Spirit showed me that song, I was like, God damn it. That was 15 years ago, and it feels good on me right now, today. Thank you, B. You good for my ego, sweet Gemini. Y'all dancing and grooving? As far as I see, we got to be this creativity, y'all. Come on now. I should bring that song back, huh? Should I release that shit? Should I? From the alchemy of fire and the water below to the divine light entering from above. The figure in this card is literally possessed by the creative force. Really, the experience of creativity is an entry into the mysterious. Technique, expertise, and knowledge are just tools, y'all. Just tools. The key is to abandon oneself to the energy that fuels the birth of all things. This energy has no form or structure, yet all the forms and structures come out of it. It makes no difference what particular form your creativity takes, y'all. It can be painting or singing, planting a garden, or making a meal. The important thing is to be open to what wants to be expressed through you, to what wants to be expressed through you. Remember that we don't possess our creations. Don't get it twisted. They do not belong to us. True creativity arises from a union with the divine and with the mystical and the unknowable. Then it is both a joy for the creator and a blessing to others. As far as I see, you gotta create anew. You gotta get into you. Tell me you believe. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for engaging and indulging in my voice and my creativity. Thank you for being into you. That's what matters. Take all this information and apply it to your life, to yourself. Because when you're better, I'm better. When I'm better, you're better. Better the better. Remember, we are one. Let's go out there and do that thing. And I think I'm going to re-record that song because that shit felt good coming out. Ow. Y'all let me know what you say in the comments. Love y'all. Take care, okay? Adios. Peace.